CIME4R reaction is a tool that allows scientists to analyze the chemical reaction optimization data. In this video, we demonstrate the use of CIME4R reaction with an example dataset. Our dataset consists of the parameters that were adjusted for optimizing our target value, lab measurements of already performed experiments, and the predictions and explanations of an AI that was used for this reaction. To start with our analysis, we first upload a new dataset. Initially, the points in the plot are randomly scattered. We can now use dimensionality reduction to compute the two-dimensional projection of the data. For that, we choose the feature columns and hyperparameters that we want to use for the projection. Now we want to better understand the layout of the projection. For that, we can use different encodings of the points in the scatter plot. As an example, we can color by ligand. This shows us that each of the larger clusters corresponds to one ligand. We can select such a cluster to see the summary statistics of the points. This shows us that the selected cluster contains only the Jackie-Foss ligand. All other parameters are equally distributed. Let's open a parallel view and encode the points by solvent. Now we can see that each subcluster corresponds to one particular solvent. Now that we have an overview of the parameter space, let's focus on those experiments that were already performed. With the Groups and Collections feature, we can select and compare the experiments of each experiment cycle. For example, we can see that in experiment cycles 1, 2, and 3, all experiments use the same ligand. We can also see that between cycles 1 and 2, the main difference is the base component. Let's also get an overview of how the predictions of the AI model that we used for this reaction optimization changed throughout the experiment cycles. We can see how the model explores more and more of the reaction space. To get more details about each individual experiment, we can open the tabular view. Here we can see all experiments and their corresponding parameter values, measurement data, and model predictions. In the table, we can sort, filter, and aggregate the experiments, or we can show them in an overview. Since the table is now sorted by yield, we can easily select the highest performing experiments and see what they have in common. We can use the parallel coordinates view to explore all relations between the factors in the reaction optimization. This was a demo of how to use CIME4R and its features. The code is openly available on GitHub, and we also provide an extensive user documentation.